What's up, guys? This is Matt with Dropping Bombs Racing again. Wanted to get a little bit more in depth about some of the things that we were covering last time on the video, the how-to. They changed the package a little bit, so kind of changes the dynamics of the car. And some of you guys were asking about, what to do when you're following another car and how to race around others. So I kind of wanted to cover that as well. The first thing that you want to know about racing in street stocks, for the most part, is that all races are fixed. So you can't cover any of these, you can't change the tire pressures, you can't change any of the dynamics for, the shocks or the spring rates or caster or camber. The only three things that you can change is the steering ratio, which changes how much your wheel physically moves as compared to the one in the game. The steering offset, which is what direction that the wheel points, as opposed to what direction the car is going. And the brake balance bar, which is really the only thing that I mess with. So I tend to like to move this number down a little bit to like 53%-ish on short tracks like this. And the reason that I do that is because it adds a little bit of braking dynamic to where the car will turn under braking instead of kind of plowing straight forward. It just helps you get an advantage on some of the other competitors because you can turn in a little bit sharper, stay a little bit loose, and a saying in racing, is loose is fast, so I always like to be loose if I can. So let's get into practice here. As you can see, I'm practicing with real people here, but the first thing that we'll do is we'll start by practicing like a qualifying lap, kind of like we did the last time. And we'll just see what the car does and how the dynamics have changed and what they look like. I'm going to have somebody tailing me here, so let's see if we can break away from them. Alright, so the first thing I'm noticing about the car today is that it feels a little bit different than the previous package, and that under braking it's definitely a little bit looser. Again, the premium is to paint that yellow line, just always paint the yellow line if you can. Let's see what we can do here on this lap. I brake in a little bit earlier than I should, or than I think that I should, because it's going to help the car turn through the corner, just like that. Had to put a little bit of counter steering in there, but not too big of a deal. Again, braking a little bit sooner than I think I should. Get down to that yellow line. Full throttle right here. Coming back up to the wall. 22.933. Not a bad qualifying effort. Some of the faster guys are going to be qualifying in like the 22.78s, 22.8s up here. That'd probably put me in a top split anywhere from 8th to 12th. But I usually try to come alive in the actual racing session itself. So let's see if I can go catch this guy up in front of us. If I can in the next lap or two, then kind of race him, and if not, then I'll drop back and see if I can catch the guy or race the guy behind us. Kind of show you how that works. So you see now after a couple laps I can really dive there into the corner. And I'm going to catch him, but he's probably going to wreck here.
Go high.
Yep, he's going to spin. Wreck avoidance is very important here, so you want to make sure that you don't hit cars. It's definitely a premium. I'm going to let this guy by on the inside of me and follow him around for a minute and show you how to race other competitive cars.
Inside. Clear.
So when you're following another car here at USA, one thing that you should probably realize is that they're going to drive differently than you. They all do, for whatever reason. This guy, for whatever reason, he's driving a little bit choppier than I would. So just follow him around. Trail braking or braking early into the corner can be really helpful in tire conservation, so try to do that when you can. Let's get up here and see if I can't pass him. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. When you want to be fast, you can brake in a little bit harder in the middle of the corner. Really get to him. Now you can see I'm putting some pressure on him. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to brake to the inside here. He's going to try to chop me, but
outside.
He doesn't have the room to do that. So I'm just going to get right to the inside of him.
Outside.
Now he's going to have some momentum off the corner because he took the top line. And that's going to be pretty consistent throughout the entire race. But if you're able to hook the corner, get a nice little run off the bottom line here, then the next time that I go into this turn one here, I can brake harder than him.
Still there.
Clear him.
Clear outside.
Get through the corner. and off to the next person. Now, because I'm trail braking, I'm also saving tires, so right here, you know, I can brake a little bit more gently. They like to kind of try to run up on you, but if they can't do it very early, then they don't really have much of a chance to pass you. So I'll drive in deep here and get another run on this guy, so I'll just go right around him.
Got one outside. Clear to stop.
And we'll sail off and see if we can't catch old Tide here. Well, that was a 22.808. That's not bad, and it's good enough for the fastest in practice. He's just going to let me go. That's nice of him.
Outside. Clear.
You can see through these swooping corners and just maintaining a steady line. You get separation from everybody around you. So that's pretty much the gist of running here at USA. Pitting in. Just want to make sure that you're conserving your tires, racing people competitively, but not over-racing them. That top line, as you can see, it has its advantages. You can drive off the corner a little bit faster. So that's generally pretty much how these racing sessions go. Let's take a look at the outside of the car and kind of look and see how the weight shifts and stuff like that. It can be kind of cool to do. If it's going to let me do that. Oh, it's showing the pit light. That's dumb. Here we go. Let's do a little replay of catching this guy right here. So, here's the TV line. Maybe. So you can see that I'm swooping in the corner a little bit harder than him, but that's also allowing me to get off of the corner harder because I'm changing the weight in my car to where I can exit at a different. I can exit at a higher speed than he can. He got out of shape there, but because he's a lane higher up, he gets a little bit of a run here. Which puts me at a little bit of a disadvantage, but I just brake in harder than him there, and he has to drive up the track, and then once we get right next to each other here, it's pretty much all she wrote for him. The bottom line's usually going to be the fastest line, but if you have somebody that really knows how to work the top, they can be really fast. So, see that I'm just going to casually drive right away from him. And from that point on, you know, he tries to dive a little bit here, but I can get back on the gas a little faster than him, so I just drive back away. So anyways, guys, that's my video. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out and watching it, and please like and subscribe to Rance's channel. If you want any more of these, I'll be trying to do one every week. So thanks, guys. Take care, and be safe out there.